Call this Board of Health meeting to order at 5:30. This meeting is being recorded. If everyone could please rise for the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. First up is to accept the minutes for approval. So I will make a motion to amend the executive session minutes from February 12th, 2025 to keep those minutes not public until the investigation is completed. So I have a motion. Does anyone want to second that? All right, motion is second. All in favor? All right, passes. And either one of you want to make a motion for the next one?
I guess a motion to approve the minutes from March 18th, 2025.
All right, I have a motion. Do I have a second? All right, all in favor? Aye. All right. Amanda, was that how he wanted it worded? Okay. Next up is introduction of our interim health agent. Welcome back.
Thank you.
This is Tom Purcell. This is Heather Arnold. This is Anna Durgan.
Nice to meet you.
And you've met Amanda. And I think you know me.
Thanks.
All right. Do you want to say a little bit about yourself? Or?
Well, it's nice to be back.
Yep.
It's nice to be wanted.
Mhm.
My background is kind of an open book. If anybody has any questions or concerns about education and qualifications, by all means. I have an awful lot of experience and background on various parts of the health field and government. So I've been doing this public health for 37 years. 37 years, I believe it is. I'm a pharmacist by education, and I did that for like 30 years. So I'm still only 39. I don't know how I did it. But,
It's that Florida heat that's keeping you young, Tom.
yeah. But I really enjoy the job, and I appreciate everybody's faith in me to do the job. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. We're glad to have you. All right, so we're up to old business. We have RJ's out-of-body update. Mr. Frappier is here, so if you'd like to come up, you certainly can, or Tom is going to give a little update. Okay.
I did have I made a site visit, and I did have a couple of informal meetings with Mr. Frappier regarding the operation and some of the testing that's been done or being done by the state, the inspection procedure that was done by the state. And at this time, the state has found a lot of deficiencies, or enough deficiencies that they cannot certify a spraying operation, a paint booth operation at this time. I also checked with the fire chief, although the fire chief did give Mr. Frappier an extension to meet some of the fire code. There were a couple of issues that need to be addressed, and he did give him an extension to try to meet them. But they're serious enough where he doesn't have any fire protection or doesn't have the sprinkler system that he's supposed to have. Just a little background, I don't know how far you got into it with Mr. Hanna, but as of 2008, any newer facilities, doesn't matter whether it's new equipment or used equipment, has to be certified by the state, by DEP. And DEP has been there, done inspections, and they gave a follow-up report that at this time they can't certify it. There were enough concerns that they had about the site and the odor complaints that were going to be difficult to overcome at that site due to the topography. The topography, the location of the chimneys or the flues, the discharge and exhaust. The other thing that was brought up into question was the waste oil furnace that's there as well. There's a waste oil furnace there. I'm not sure at this point what whether the fire department issued a permit for it or whether DEP issued a permit for that, but they need that for the site also. The likelihood of them to be able to control the odor complaints is more of a subjective than it is an objective criteria. If people can smell it, it's enough of a violation that it becomes a nuisance. So at that point, there were several other items, but in essence, the big thing was the topography and the odor complaints. And it was questionable whether the odor complaints could ever be addressed. So at this point, DEP will not certify the site. I've had a conversation with DEP on a couple of occasions. And Mr. Frappy has done remarkably to try to bring himself into compliance. There's no question about that. It's just that this is maybe an impossible site, that he can't do any spray painting on the site. So if anything, if the board chooses to reiterate or reinforce the cease and desist, I would recommend that you consider reinforcing the previous cease and desist order at this time.
So the cease and desist was for all operations or just spraying?
Well, what the Board of Health is concerned, the odors are concerned with the odors from the spray booth.
Mm-hmm.
That was number one. Number two was discovered was a questionable waste oil furnace issue, but I don't think that's the main issue at this point.
So he can remain in that building as long as he's not doing spraying, or DEP is saying?
I would suggest yes.
Okay.
Two conditions. That he ceases all spray painting operations. That includes full-size vehicles or any vehicle parts. Any parts that go along with the vehicles, any vehicles. And the other would be to make sure that he's got all the proper permits and everything for the waste oil furnace as well. He needs certification from DEP, and he needs a permit from the fire department for that. Because again, those two stacks or the flues that rise up to 10 or 12 feet above the roof line of his building, right about at the same elevation as the property next door.
Mm-hmm.
And that's enough that it can be a discomfort
Right.
for all concerned. There's a couple of other issues, like there's rain caps on the stacks and stuff, on the chimneys that are not supposed to be there, according to DEP. Those are, I know what they're trying to do, but what it does is it actually holds the discharge down and then forces it laterally, which again is a deterrent to what he's trying to do or trying to achieve. So that's my suggestion to the board, that the complaint is well served and from the and we have an issue.
Right. So it can remain as an auto body?
No, Well, auto body, but auto body is,
Fixing cars
that
and
means,
just
yeah,
not
they can
spraying.
auto repair shop,
Yeah,
not a
No.
body shop.
Yeah.
Usually that involves solvent using, and auto body is sanding and preparation of
It's
vehicles
just,
and all of that. But anything where you're gonna have solvent discharge and solvent storage, it's contrary to what we're talking about, so.
Mr. Frappia, do you want to come up? Is there anything that you want to say? All right, so if he doesn't want to say anything, then I guess we should make a motion. No, do we need to make a motion to dismiss the previous one because we're going to change it? That doesn't need to be included in it, does it?
Well, I mean, what are you gonna do to change it?
I don't know. So as long as we say to cease all the spraying and everything that you just mentioned.
You're gonna cease all solvent and spray paint operations. That doesn't mean just paint. That also means any coatings or anything like that that are gonna be sprayed where it needs the paint booth, and that's to improve the quality of work and all of that for a clean environment. But the spray booth operation is a general
Yeah,
statement.
Okay.
And in order to operate that, it needs a permit from DEP. And if he doesn't have one from DEP, then we have to,
so that's above us.
I understand that.
Right,
but
no, I'm
we-
just
we
making sure
need
that
it.
the audience understands that too, and people at home hear that we're following the guidance that DEP gave us when they came
Well,
out.
it's not only that, it is a violation of 105 CMR 7.02, which is addressing the odor nuisances.
Mm-hmm.
And that's our duty to
Right.
address that. DEP information is supporting information that we're making the right decision.
Mr. Frappy, I saw your hand up. You can come up.
How you doing? Roger Frappy, 8 Kennedy Drive. According to DEP and Michelle from DEP, if I spray less than 670 gallons per calendar month, I believe it is I'm exempt from the permit. I understand I still have work to do, but I'm just saying the permit that we're discussing right now is actually for somebody that sprays more than 670 gallons per calendar month. I spray less than 10 gallons per calendar month. So I'm just gonna leave you a piece of paper if you could.
Well, I mean,
I gave you saying, I'm not arguing with you whatsoever. I'm just gonna give you a piece of paper, okay?
no, I did see the
Yeah,
report.
yeah, all right.
I did see the report from Michelle Delamar at DEP. It's questionable, and what Mr. Frappia needs to do is, in order to proceed, he gets a certification from DEP that he's an authorized place, an authorized operation, and he can, he's got to maintain an inventory records of everything that he does with, for quantity. He may get an exemption. There is a possibility he could do that, but until he gets those exemptions, that's enough right there for us to still take the action that we're taking.
So we can essentially keep the cease on for the spraying booth portion while he works on
Until-
doing all of that?
Until such time as he received some certification and limits from DEP. It's just that simple.
I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying.
Yeah?
Yeah, I get you, I get you.
Yeah, because the
Yeah, I get
decision
you.
doesn't come from us.
I understand, I get you. I'm good with that, I'm good with that decision.
So I think if you have no further, nothing
no
else to
further
say,
right
I
now.
think, so I'll make the motion to,
I'd like to say something.
okay, go ahead.
John Harden, 5 Office Hill Road, Dudley. It occurred to me that none of the board really ever saw what I'm dealing with on my side of the fence. So I'd like to submit some photographs. And I'm glad you brought up the waste oil burner, because that was another issue. I'd like to submit these for the record. This is right, that's the exhaust fan. This is the oil burner chimney. I was told that the fire department gave him a permit after the fact, after he put it in. This is not high enough.
Hold please, RJ, you can be next.
This is the view from the center of my pool. This is why I'm making,
No, we understand, we get it. You know, I think.
I just wanted to give you an
It's not
idea
like
of
we don't believe you, we do. I
of what's
think, you know,
going on.
we had Camille, we can continue to talk about this the way it's been. Like, we had Camille, she left us for maternity leave, we had nobody for a while, then Mr. Hannon joined us, and then, you know, we started all of this. So I think ultimately, like I've said before, Mr. Frappier never pulled the permit correctly to begin with. So we did not know this was going on, because if we knew, if he had pulled the permit, we would know. And we didn't know. You brought the complaints forward. So that's pretty much the
just
short
wanted to
version
show
of
you
the background.
sometimes
No,
it-
I understand.
sometimes a picture-
I know where you live. I do. I understand. So I think, we're not mean humans. We really want all the businesses in town to strive and to be successful. So we really want Mr. Frappier to have a chance.
I really
I really
don't
don't want-
personally. I think he
You
should
don't, and
be,
that's.
I think he should be-
Right.
it should go to court and he should get,
I don't
he should
think
get
it's
an
gonna go to
injunction.
court. Like I had replied to your email, we don't need
This
to go
has been going
there.
on since '22.
I understand that. So I think we could continue to
I mean,
keep
to be
talking
rude.
about this every month. It's the same story, but we want to try to give him one more chance. If he can make some adjustments and it solves things, then you're happy and he's happy.
I'm not
and
happy
we're
right now.
I
I'm at my
understand
wit's
you're
end.
not
I'm ready
happy right now.
I'm ready to take you to court right now to enforce this, if I have to, because
Mm-hmm.
this is the 4th season I've been dealing with this. I've been patient.
You have,
beyond
but,
belief.
so we can't go backwards again.
there's also an
I'm
issue
sorry
with the
Camille
letter
didn't
that was-
help you. I'm sorry we had nobody for 6 months, I think, and then we had Pat, and Mr. Hannon did the best he could, and here we are. So we've talked to the attorney, Mr. Purcell has been out there, this is the recommendation that he received from DEP, so I'm not sure what more you want the board to do, sir, other than for us to give Mr. Frappier a chance to make one more correction, and if he doesn't, then his operation
He's been
shuts
told to
down.
get a peer review since this started.
Okay, I understand that. So I am trying to be very respectful, sir. I don't
Me
want to
too.
sit
I'm
up
not
here.
happy, though.
And I understand that, but I think for the board's sake, we sit here, we do listen to your story. We do listen to it every time you come. We've been very receptive, but I don't think we need to hear it again. We have heard it.
Okay?
We have. That's honest,
Just letting you
right?
know, I'm at my wit's end on this.
Okay.
Okay.
You can be. I don't know what more to say to that. You have something that you think I should say to that. I don't know how else to be fair.
There's nothing else to say.
Okay.
We're doing our job,
Yep,
and a lot of times the complainants' results or the outcome isn't quite what they expected,
yep.
but we're doing what we can
Right.
in whatever legal terms we're allowed to do.
Right. Okay.
Just one last thing. According to January 21st, according to Town Council Jeff Blake, timestamp 1715 to 1954 on the tape, he says that the next action would be to go to court.
He
And
did
you
say-
guys are trying not to go to court, and you keep stringing this along, and you're not the ones being inconvenienced and potential health harm
He
harm
did
to
say
my
that.
family and
He
myself.
did say that, then Pat was gone. So we had no agent when Pat, so January, correct?
Correct.
Pat's been gone.
Okay.
Okay, so we had no agent, sir. We're volunteers. And like I said before, I don't know the first thing about odor complaints or noise complaints. I don't even know how to do them, other than, oh, that sounds too loud, let me cover my ears. Oh, that smells, let me cover my nose. That's not how you do it. So in all fairness, we had no agent to help us. You know that. You've been to our meetings. You can watch the tapes. We've had nobody. This is Mr. Purcell's first meeting with us. Mr. Philbrook did come out when Mr. Hannon was out. And then Mr. Purcell came out now that he's back. So I spoke with him about the situation, and he wanted to come out and look at it, and he spoke to DEP, and it was determined that we could solve this without going to court.
The last meeting of March 18th, you directed Amanda to send Jeff Blake, town council, an email. Did you ever get a response from Mr. Blake?
I'm not sure, did we? Oh, no.
Never sent it or never got a response?
We never got a response.
Okay. All right, well, thank you for your time.
You're welcome. All right. Who wants to make a motion? Either one of you? No? Huh?
Make a motion
Do we
to,
have to,
cease and desist for the spray painting? Would you like?
yeah, with all of that, that one and that.
Make a motion to have a cease on all spraying full-size vehicles, solvent paint, or parts until the proper permits are obtained.
The permits for,
Waste oil permits per DEP in the
does
fire department.
that give him,
Yeah, what I would do is I'd just send him a certified mail return receipt requested in an order to cease cease all spray paint operations. And if you'd like to extend the courtesy of a, we'll say a 14-day permit to straighten out the waste oil furnace situation, to make sure that he gets proper permits. This has been going on for years, so 2 weeks, I don't know that,
so you
I
just gotta add that part too. What's
give him
your-
14 days, I would guess. Unless you want to do an immediate cease and desist, then
Rather give them the 14 days.
I'd rather see if.
We're already making a motion.
That way he can continue his operation for 14 days, his garage repair service. But he can't do any spray painting.
Okay,
Until he gets the
Mhm.
DEP.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he needs a permit from DEP, and he needs a permit from the fire department. Make sure that they're current, make sure they're up to snuff. They've been, and then if he's gonna pursue an exemption, we already have communication that he's entitled to pursue one, but it does take time to get it. But that's between him and DEP. And that's not an issue that we should qualify in the letter. The only way that he can continue operating as a spray painting his operation, his spray painting operation, is that if he gets certification and registration with DEP
DEP.
first. Okay?
You get that all, Amanda?
You
Have to rewatch the video later.
I think so. All right.
Usually I tell people that are writing letters for me like you that you have editorial privilege.
Would you like us to repeat the motion?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, you want to start over?
I make a motion that we have RJ cease all spraying of full-size vehicles, solvent paint, or parts until the proper permits are obtained for the waste oil department. Waste oil permits are obtained from the DEP and from the fire department, and allow a 14-day permit period to.
All right. I have a motion. Do I have a second? All right, all in favor?
Thank you.
Aye. Okay, so it passes. So you understand? All right.
I do have permits for the waste oil, just so you know.
You do have it.
But that's okay.
But just make sure that,
I get some stuff there.
the other question is for DEP, whether Michelle mentioned something.
I'm working on that one, yeah. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
You too. All right. Ay, ay, ay. Number 3. All right. public health nurse update. So, as you know, we were in the intermunicipal agreement with the surrounding towns, and then we pulled out for reasons I don't want to get into right now. So in order for Dudley to get back into this group with Oxford, Spencer, I think, Webster, I can't remember all the towns, we need a public health nurse. Well, during the pandemic, I did the public health nurse piece, so it was easy for us to stay in there. When I finished school, I dropped it, and there was a grant that there was a public health nurse, and there was a, oh my gosh, I can't think of her name, epidemiologist. So the towns could share the public health nurse if they needed someone. So occasionally we had some help. Well, that person has resigned. So in order for us to get back in, we need our own. And it would be very beneficial for us to get back into this group because there are funds there that we could apply for, like money that we need for our trailer, monies that we need for supplies, etc. So I met with Sam and VNA, I met with the director, and they are willing to take us on, and they're charging us a per diem rate to only do the Maven surveillance. So that's the biggest part. Right now, we don't have anyone who's doing Maven for us. So, you know, paying attention to, well, COVID and flu are there, but Lyme's, tuberculosis, any hepatitis, any foodborne illnesses. So I put this on the agenda to see if we could vote on this, to see if we could use some of the money from our Clorinda Wood. Why did I say
Clorinda Wood
Allen?
Fund.
I don't know who Allen is, but Wood Fund to pay for the public health nurse. So it would only be one person who would be doing it. They would, like I said, they would just be doing the Maven surveillance. That's it. And hopefully, I'm working on a job description for October's town meeting where we could present it as a warrant article for the townspeople to vote, because we really do need our own public health nurse. So I don't know if you ladies had any questions.
I guess how many hours would the public?
It really depends on what's there for Maven. I had looked through, I had asked Scott Troppy, who does a lot of the Maven trainings, for a snapshot of what Maven looked like for us. And really the majority of the surveillance cases were COVID, flu, and you don't really do a lot with COVID now. You just acknowledge it and that's it, because now COVID is a little bit different now than it was when we were together. Do you remember it was how rough it was doing it? So it's more of an acknowledgement. The things that would take a lot of time would be if we had an active tuberculosis case, which we don't have. So I don't imagine that it would be many hours in a day or even in a week, but right now, looking at it, it really wasn't anything.
Historically, there's not a lot of hours that outside of going through the Maven reporting and all. And like Roberta said, that if you've got an active TB case where the nurse has to go to the house daily to monitor.
Yeah, that'll take a while.
Administration of dosages. There were a couple of other instances where you might need a follow-up with the health nurse going to the site, but in general, it's not a lot of hours.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So hopefully, I mean,
The only other thing might be communicating stuff, information with the school nursing. School nurses, the school nurse and you and the Board of Health have data that either can be researched back and forth. The schools keep an awful lot of information.
right, yeah, they're really good about reaching out, and they haven't in a while, knock on wood. So I would imagine if there was something in the schools that was concerning, that was something that was gonna spread they would be in touch, so that might also take some time. But I would imagine we would see that as well in Maven. So, I reached out to Webster and I reached out to Connor Robichaud. He's the director of the group, so to speak, and Camille was on vacation, well, not on vacation, she was away. So I'm kind of just, I knew that we were having our meeting and I was going to present it to the two of you to see what your thoughts were, and then I could circle back to them to let them know if it's a yay or a nay, and then hopefully we could get back in. Webster's the last town to sign off because we needed the public health nurse. So it's the only solution I could come up with. So if you ladies don't have questions and you are okay with it, I really would entertain a motion. I can't do it.
We make a motion to seek out through the VNA. Is that what you would motion for? To pursue
Yeah,
a public health nurse?
we have to accept to use the funds. That's
Oh, funds
basically
from the-
what we have to
from the-
approve, yeah.
Gotcha. I'll take it. It's simple source.
It was here before I came. Do you remember the background of it? It was somebody who donated.
Wood Fund?
Yeah,
The Wood Fund was a fund that was donated to the town for a specific purpose, for public health only. And it could be used for any nursing programs that the nurse would take on. So if we hired a public health nurse, we could pay whatever is available in the funds. Not to deplete it, what we
Yeah.
do is we can actually use the interest earned or any of the net gains for purposes. But we can't just go in and gobble it up and make it disappear. What is it, VNA, the Samaritans are the one that are?
Salmon VNA, yeah. Salmon.
Which-
I think they're in Northbridge or I don't remember
Okay,
which is.
so you have a
Yeah,
nursing agency
yeah,
that'll step
yeah.
up.
I should have wrote that down.
That'll be done remotely anyhow. That won't be, typically wouldn't be on site.
No, she doesn't need to come in.
A lot of it's amazing computers.
I'm not sure where she's from, but it's Worcester County for sure, so, yeah. I think you have to start your motion over because we couldn't hear you.
I make a motion. I wasn't sure what
I know.
I'm making the motion to use the Clarendon Wood Fund to support our public health nurse need.
Yeah, I second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you, passes. New business is Earth Day. It's this Saturday at the transfer station from 8 to noon. We would love as many people as we could to come help. If you need bags or the picker-uppers or vests or whatever, you could come to Amanda's office before Friday. When is MJ coming or am I coming to pick it up?
I don't know.
I'll come get it Friday
Okay.
and bring the rest with me. So she'll have it, hold on. She'll have it until Thursday, and then I will grab it and bring it to the transfer station. So if anyone wants to help, you can certainly come. We ask that you just leave the bags wherever you picked up the trash and let Amanda know before Friday where the bags are so we could come pick them up. After that, on Saturday, it would be our responsibility. You could let us know. Hopefully the weather will be nice. And we've had a good turnout. Did you have questions about Earth Day?
Yes, we have.
Come on up.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yep. Just introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Susan, and I'm an interpreter
Mm-hmm.
for a new business. The name is Peach Heaven
Yeah.
Body Work, and in one
Are we talking about Earth Day or your business right now?
business.
Oh, no,
because-
not yet. You're not on our agenda just yet, so you can talk under citizens' comments.
Can I ask you something?
Give us 2 minutes.
Yep, we're not done with our agenda
Oh,
yet.
I'm sorry. Okay.
That's okay. I thought you were asking me about Earth Day. Sorry about that. That's okay.
Okay.
Member issues, anything that you ladies want to talk about for the next agenda, just let Miss Amanda know.
Yes, I wanted to talk about doing a pet fest in town.
A pet fest?
Yeah. Something, get the community coming out and just having different booths on, just education for our animal owners.
That'd be awesome.
Do a little CPR, basic, just basic things for animals, what owners can do at home, basic little things, have booths set up to, different fun things that they can get, see if we can get food vendors to come out, things like that.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun. I have a few contacts with drug reps and stuff like that that can donate fun little prizes and things to give away. So I think it would be fun to have some just educational stuff. So there's some, fun things we can do, just to educate people on heartworm, how it's transmitted. There's fun things you can do, x-rays, what did the dog eat? I have a bunch of x-rays that are fun for kids to guess.
Yeah.
So we can do things like that, just, something else for the community that we can all do, something that would be fun, family day. So I want to see if we can somehow get that going.
Yeah, we could talk more about it at our next meeting, because I
Yeah.
also did some homework too, so we could follow up.
Yep.
Yeah.
We, is the board still sponsoring or doing a pet vaccination program?
We have not done one in a very long time. We have not had a vet on the board. We have not had anyone to help us.
But we used to have
Yeah.
in a,
It's hard to get the rabies clinics going in the town per the state, because there's a lot that goes into having them with the state, and that's the problem with them. There's a lot.
well, we used to do it here with,
Yeah.
one of the local vets would come in and
And do-
volunteer her time
Yeah.
and set up, we would vaccinate dogs and cats
Yeah.
for rabies. I'm not sure what it was it like $5,
Yeah.
$10, whatever it was and it was a walk-in type of a clinic. You only had to bring your pets on a leash or in a cage, one or the other. You
Yeah,
can't,
we can chat more
We can,
about.
yeah, look into it, because I know I've done plenty of them for different towns. I used to live on the South Shore, I used to do 3 or 4 a year
And you
for
could,
different
you
towns.
could handle pet nutrition at the same time as a.
True, but like I say, they're a little tough, so we'd have to do our research. I'd have to honestly do our research on how to go about getting one of those started, and then just a safety area that we could walk in and out. Because the ideal way to do it is also have people from the town there to register them for the dog licenses at the same time.
Mhm.
So that's the ideal. So then
Oh,
that
we
way you
could
get
tie
two
it in.
things.
You get the town clerk
Yeah,
was part of it before
Mhm.
because they handle all the pet registrations.
yeah.
This town, we only licensed dogs, but another town that I worked in, we did both dogs and cats.
Yeah.
We licensed them all.
Yeah, so that might be something for,
Something, yeah, we can-
when we talk. So speaking of the next meeting, our next one is the 20th of May. That date still works for you too?
Yeah.
How about you, Tom? May 20th? Okay. Just making sure.
I'm not gonna be in Florida, so.
Okay, all right. Was there any other business? Tom, did you have anything?
Well, we have the only, I know that I spoke to one of the ladies today about their business.
Okay.
And I did ask, I said if they would like to, they can come to the Board of Health and introduce themselves. I did try to go to the site today, but short-sighted.
That's okay.
I've got to make appointments. Used to be able to walk into all these places, but
Mhm.
not anymore. And I'd be glad to entertain or
Yeah.
anything that they want to do. I've set up a meeting with them or go do a site visit.
You can
make
come
sure-
up now. You can come to the table if you need to.
Table. All right, then table. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sit down. Thank you so much. Okay. This is a new business in
Which site is this?
I'm sorry.
Which address?
Which address is 185 West Main Street?
Okay, that's on this side of Main Street.
Yep,
This is
yep.
the one at
Next to the
Bob
Jimmy's.
Canoya's building?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a body work.
Well,
And also,
The pizza place.
yeah, yeah.
Just introduce yourself for the record, please.
I introduce myself.
Yes, please.
My name is Susan.
Okay, thank you.
I'm just an interpreter.
Thank you.
And they say, I heard they said that the last town meeting is February, but the person who's sick, so just they didn't go forward. And since then, they still, every paper already sent it in the Board of Health.
Right, so
So-
they did come to the meeting, but they only brought the letter that we sent them that said to please come to the meeting. So our agent, Mr. Hannon,
Yeah.
is out.
Okay.
So we have no access to the work that he was doing with them. Last he told us there was an issue with the permit. I don't know what that means, and I knew that we would have an interim agent coming who could look into all those documents to help us. There's a language barrier, so I wasn't understanding, and I wasn't sure if they understood, so thank you for helping. So I know I asked Mr. Purcell to look into what the issue was, what was going on. So I appreciate that you're here, but because it's not on our agenda officially, the three of us cannot vote on anything tonight. But we can still talk about everything, it's not a problem. So we can have Mr. Purcell explain a little bit about what's going on, where we are in the process, where you are in the process. But we would have to have you come back in May after we figure out what is going on.
You know, they still pay the rent.
I understand that, but we are a board of 3 volunteers that had no agent for 3 months, so we don't know what's going on. So we're hoping that he can help us.
Yeah, I'm called yesterday.
I
So
know.
please introduce yourself. If you want to speak, you can.
He's married. Do you
Usually,
want us
Hey,
to
it's
say
okay.
something? Come on.
You can say something, you can.
Yeah, sorry.
That's
are
okay.
you the young lady I spoke to on the phone yesterday?
Yeah, I called yesterday.
You called, okay.
Yeah, called yesterday. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know which one show me the come today.
Okay,
The
and I
meeting.
suggested that, but
Yes.
That's
now
okay.
now that we've, if I may, Madam Chairman, we've pretty much got all the players here.
Okay,
And what I'd like to do is I'd like to arrange a site visit and a meeting with them.
yep,
To make sure that all the paperwork is done properly, that they pass inspection.
okay.
Before we come back here,
Okay.
okay?
Yeah.
We got, I mean, paper here.
Okay. Let's see, tomorrow is 16th, and
And we, little bit of,
can I meet with you tomorrow at noon time at your operation?
yeah, we can do. We can do.
12
明
o'clock.
天 tomorrow meet 看我们，跟我们见面。明天
Is it, what's a convenient time? Are you going to be the English-speaking?
Little bit. Just my friend maybe.
she understand too.
She understand, you understand everything I'm saying? Okay,
Yeah.
because
Just
that's one of the
Tomorrow,
criteria.
maybe the Thursday.
明天可
Thursday
以。
the okay.
Guess what? Thursday's blank. So yes, you have Thursday.
Thursday okay.
What time?
I think about the 1 o'clock.
About
1
1 o'clock.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay?
Thank you. Sorry about thank you.
有事情。
The 1 o'clock Thursday.
Yeah, at the,
去你们店里看。
Body Works. Okay, next to the motorcycle shop.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So we're done. Are we done?
The dog.
So, right, so he's going to meet them at the building this Thursday at 1 o'clock to inspect the facility,
Yeah.
to make sure everything is up the way it needs to be in order to open. Yes. So no customers until he
Is that you?
approves it. Okay,
Got it.
all right.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
You give me the phone.
Thank you.
Hold on.
You're welcome.
No.
All right,
No,
anything
I'll
else,
give you the
ladies?
microphone.
Done with this? Do you have anything? You? All right, I'll make a motion to adjourn. Tom, we're leaving you. I'll make a motion. Do I have a second? Oh, sorry, Sand. Sorry. I didn't see you holding your hand up so fast.
I didn't hold it up until you said we're adjourning.
I'm sorry.
So you're going to have the next meeting on the 20th, isn't that the same night we have CPR class?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Here.
where's the CPR
We'll
class?
meet you at
At-
your
It's it's at the fire
It's
station.
at the fire station,
Well,
and the fire chief will be
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right.
6
And will
to
we get a
9.
little card, or, I mean, is this
I would
just?
imagine that he will give out a card, yes.
At 1 o'clock. 1
I
o'clock
love the
Thursday
CPR for pets idea.
at your-
I love the CPR for pet. I can help out with that if you,
Yeah.
135. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
right
we'll
next to the
definitely-
motorcycle.
I mean, you have my contact information.
Yes, I do. Yes, I
If you
do.
need help, and I'll see you on Saturday.
Oh, great, thank you.
No. So we're just supposed to leave the bags where we pick them up on the street? Because we usually put them in the back of the truck
And
and
I'll see
go.
you then.
I should have said that too.
Thursday,
Or
1
people
o'clock.
can bring them to the transfer station to dump them. Some people can't do that, they don't have the ability to do that, so as long as they let us know what street they cleaned up, then we can coordinate with MJ or Damien, we'll pick up the trash for us.
But we can bring.
Okay, thank you. And you do have. Did
Thank
get
you.
the-
All right, so I make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second? All right,
I'll
meeting
look at the
adjourned
paperwork
at
before I-